Good afternoon, y'all. We are in the natural hair process right now. We have at least got the hair washed, deep conditioned, and semi blow dried. I'll worry about the rest on a different day. Well, not a different day, later today. Y'all, I hate doing my hair. I hate it. I hate it. Well, Saints of God, we got a lot to talk about today because I had no idea what Kenya Moore was talking about on Tamarind Hall, and boy oh boy was I shocked to know that Kenya Moore came clean about her involvement on RHOA and why she was suspended. And I thought that was interesting because y'all know reality TV stars love not to take accountability, which wears me out. And I honestly blame some of the fans for the reason why these people don't take responsibility. And it's ridiculous. So we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. We're going to discuss it. Hey, Colton. Hey, Linda. Welcome. Hey, Cutie Pie. Hi, Cut and Paste. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because it happens more often than you think. And I remember talking about this on Twitter. And some of y'all just was like, well, we don't know what happened and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all do know that, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm going to say my pleasantries before I get off into it because it irritates my whole soul. It really does. Hey, Aunt Natty. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Miss Sugar Sweet. Good afternoon. Listen, tag somebody to join this conversation. Please share the live. Share with your community. Tell people to come join us. It is lunchtime. It's Friday. Hey, dear Yvette. It's Friday. Sean, welcome to the chat. Angie, welcome. Dana, welcome. Lovebug, welcome. Welcome. If you guys didn't get a chance to hear my response to obviously the explosive interview that Monique Samuels did about her time with LAMDC, I thought it was interesting. Hi, Lavelle. I thought it was interesting. I shared my thoughts. So if you haven't seen it, I will link that video to this one. So you can automatically log into it if you haven't seen it yet. It'll be linked to this video on YouTube. But yeah, I went back and watched the interview on Tamarind Hall with Kenya Moore. And we all know that there was a lot of conversation about this particular incident on RHOA. Kenya was abruptly suspended. There was a lot of speculation. Some people came out, said they were appalled and mortified by what transpired at an event that Kenya was having. I'm going to just be honest, y'all. There were a lot of people that spoke up in defense of her. There were a lot of people who came to bat for her. To hear her now take full accountability when she was windmilling for herself, saying it wasn't true, she didn't do this, she couldn't, she would never do something like that. Y'all, I hope y'all are realizing there's a lot of lying going on with this reality TV business. It's a lot of lying. And my thing is, are you going to apologize for gaslighting your fans who rode hard for you and windmilled for you on social media? I'm just curious. Hey, Rose. Hey, Toot Latrice. You said people were saying they couldn't wait to see what I had to say. Because, y'all, let me gather myself before I go in on this, because it is legitimately one of the things that I can't stand the most. I can't stand it the most. Seriously. It bothers me so bad. Because in the Black community, we seriously act like we can't hold people accountable. And I don't know what that's about. Good morning, Ceci. I don't know what that's about. I don't know where it started. I don't know when it started. But this is an epidemic in the Black community. We feel like because we're Black, we're absolved of all guilt and accountability. And that's not true. That's not true. And in a lot of ways, I want us, because of the things we've endured by way of racism, we should want people to be held accountable. I'm not giving us no passes for bad behavior. No, child, I ain't got no baby in my arms. Devil is a lie. I got the blanket of the Lord. But I'm serious. What is wrong with us that we honestly can't hold each other accountable? I don't care if they're your faves. I don't care if you still support them. Support does not mean you can't hold people accountable. Liking someone does not mean you cannot hold someone accountable. And why do we think that? Do y'all know that I'm perfectly okay with those of you who support Kingdom Reign Entertainment? I'm okay with that. I don't have an issue with that at all. That does not mean that people aren't capable of making mistakes and making bad choices and having bad behavior. Y'all can love people down and still hold them accountable. So why we thought that she was just incapable of doing such egregious things, I don't understand it, considering that we're all human and we're all capable of mistakes, myself included. It's amazing to me how in reality TV, we frame people as if they're perfect, or if you don't like them, they're imperfect all the time. Like they're incapable of doing right some of the time. And that's not true. Hey, Black women in the building, that's not true. But y'all know that Kenya has a history of being nasty. She does. She's actually been very bold about it. This is a part of her character on RHOA. So while we thought this was above her, it's crazy. Furthermore, I'm going to be honest, I watched her interview and I watched it with an open mind, and I'm actually team twirl, actually. So for someone who actually has followed Kenya even before she got on reality TV, because I'm a pageant girl, so I have followed her since she won Miss USA. Was thrilled when she won Miss USA because everyone knows that in the pageant world, there's a lack of representation. So when we see a Black woman win in the pageant world, we're excited. This is a win for us all. So I've actually supported her before she got on RHOA. But I'm like, if she did this, she needs to be held responsible because it's disgusting. And then I'm going to be honest. I felt gaslit. And I'm going to tell you why I felt gaslit. Because you're not going to sit here and give me crocodile tears while you're accepting accountability. And then have the audacity to gaslight us as if your daughter is an excuse for the reason why you did what you did. If anything, your daughter should have been a reason why you didn't do what you did. Don't sit here and play in our faces, please. Just say, I accept full accountability. I take responsibility. I'm sorry for disappointing my supporters. I'm sorry for disappointing the RHOA audience. What is am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong to want something like that? This is the same issue I have with the situation that I'm in. Is it wrong for y'all to sit there and say, you know what, we got it wrong? I'm sorry that this is the reality of so many people. I'm sorry that people have had this experience with my company. I'm sorry that people have had this experience with my team. As an executive, you know what? I've had to issue some very tough apologies. There were times where events didn't go off as planned. I didn't tuck tail and say, well, people just can't ever be satisfied. No, you know what? I send tough emails and I say, you know what? I apologize that this was not what you expected. We strive to be the best that we can be, and we're going to do our best to make sure you're pleased the next time. Not be strong and wrong. And that's what I hate this toxic culture of reality TV where these reality TV stars get so gassed up in their egos. They get so gassed up in their personas, they lose all sense of humanity. And then wonder why their fall from grace is so dang hard. And exactly, Tiffany, thank you. This is how you get the Diddies of the world. Because he went unchecked for so long. And we don't know what he is or is not accused of legally, right? I mean, we know what he's accused of legally. We know he has not been convicted. So all of this is alleged until proven in the court of law. He's still innocent until proven guilty. But let's be clear. Everybody ain't lying. Much like the situation I came out of. Everybody ain't lying. So when we saw people coming out and talking about the situation with Kenyon and saying how they were shocked and they were appalled, y'all thought everybody was lying. Well, we're just going to wait and see how the things are edited. Really? Y'all think everybody lying? How long it's going to take for y'all to realize everybody ain't lying? Or some of y'all, because it ain't everybody. Hey, Get a Clue. Hey, Mama Bees. Hey, Tawana. Hey, I'm Not Bothered. Hey, Cece. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Yuppie Closet. But seriously, it's not that far-fetched. People do some nasty things in reality TV, which is what I'm telling y'all. The things that the production and the editing that they do for the sake of a storyline, y'all, I'm telling y'all, some of the very people y'all think telling the truth lie. They conveniently lie because it protects them. Kenya conveniently lied and gaslit everyone that supported her. And I don't think it's okay. Well, she doesn't really owe the viewer anything. Okay, sure. Well, I'm not watching anymore. We see how well that's working out for other folks. Keep gaslighting the audience. Keep saying you don't need the people to support you. Sure. I'll take my view elsewhere. No problem. Because I'm not sitting up here watching these reality TV shows to see Black women drug, Black women having to deal with the likes of revenge porn. It's nasty. It's nasty. It makes us look nasty. It makes us look low. It's disgusting. Yeah, reality TV is toxic. It just is. Not every sector is like this. Let me be clear. Not every sector is like this. Because I don't get traumatized watching HGTV. I don't. Sure don't. I don't get traumatized watching Food Network. I get hungry, but I don't get traumatized. Okay? I don't. Kat said, nah, reality TV stars owe the viewer everything. Now that's funny. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Celeb Talk. You said, I like watching us win. When it becomes catty, I tune out, much like everybody else. Hey, Natalie. Thank you for tuning in. You said the fans tear people to shreds over people they don't even know. Shall tear us apart based off of the falsicities. And I know that's a made up word. Let me cook. Let me cook for a minute. Tear us up over manufactured lies and nonsense. Let me cook a bit. Tear us up. But then when we speak out and say something, we get silenced by the powers that be because we're not supposed to spoil the storyline. So my thing is it edited or is it not? Because I wouldn't have nothing to dispel or correct if y'all would tell things as they ran or the truth as it was. Right? You said I'm in the DMV area and it's really nice to see people in the area doing okay. You said very growthful of you. I'm just saying. But the minute that people say something, we're the problem. I don't want to hear anything that people are saying about editing and production. But where's the recourse then? Because I ain't editing myself to look a mess. I'm not. I'm not editing myself. I'm not putting myself in tumultuous situations. I'm not intentionally coming in here ready to be raggedy. Own that y'all manufacture situations that are pressure cookers. Y'all manufacture situations that are toxic. But I guess we got to pretend that's just not the case. You said I never thought I'd say this, but I never thought you said I never thought I'd say this, but I'm a little over love and marriage, Huntsville. Child, aren't we all? You said I'm just get okay. Thank you, NBA Dom. You said watching you sit at your desk at home on a TV resonates with me, right? Yep, Sonic. We're both, as far as I know. Hey, Sabrina. You said more. Let me put your comment up here. You said more than reality TV shows, the men being highly abusive. Come on, get a clue towards Black women. It's like they are trying to make it normal, just like they did with. Come on now. You preaching now. Don't make me, girl. Don't make me sow a seed. Don't make me sow a seed, child. Talk, talk, cause you preaching. These abusive men who try to hide behind, I'm just trying to check my wife, I'm just trying to be the leader. No, you're misogynistic, you're trifling, you probably have sassy yourself, you're jealous of your wife, you don't like that your wife is getting all the shine, so you kick it up a notch so you can get more screen time. Let's be clear, a lot of these men are jealous of their wives and they hop they happy behinds on these reality TV shows because a lot of them didn't realize they own dreams. So they come in these reality shows pretending that they want to big up their wife and support their wife when the truth is they the divas in disguise. That's what I do see. A lot of these men are the divas in disguise. Then you come on these shows where they promote men. Some of them. It's not cute. I don't think it's cute for a man to be attacking a woman. I don't think it's cute to see a married man disrespecting his wife. Whether it's talking down, being condescending, treating her like she's stupid or she's 3 years old, she's incapable of thinking for herself. What are we in 1952? A lot of the viewers watch these shows because they want to see progressiveness. They want to see Black people winning. They want to see Black people in functional marriages. They want to see Black people in functional relationships. But yet you go draft liars and pretenders who don't even want to show their real life. And a lot of it is because they really don't fit the bill. A lot of them lying. A lot of them don't have happy marriages. A lot of them are married to abusive, condescending, misogynistic divas in disguise. If you want a tiara, just say that. And we will gladly pass one out. But I shouldn't have to fight for my life with women and men. And I shouldn't be fighting for my life with women. But this is a toxic culture and environment that's cultivated and is celebrated. Oh, well, this person understands the assignment. What? Tearing down another person for the sake of some ratings? It's wild to me. Seriously, what are we doing? And I'm saying, I even believe there's a brand of reality TV that reflects this genre that actually can be done right, but it's going to take somebody with fresh new eyes and a fresh new way of producing and telling stories. You said back in the day, I used to tell my peers not to watch Cops because it desensitized us to abuse. No one would be looking to help the victim, but instead looking for the cameras to get their moment. Child. A lot of reality TV has desensitized us. Hey, Nun's Purpose. Seriously. Desensitizes. Linda, I want to thank you for moderating on today. You said I don't argue with people in my household, so why would I ever argue with someone else? Child, I hated it. I hated it. Gosh, I hated it. Every single dadgum scene, you thinking things gonna be calm. You don't know, because you don't know when they gonna flip that stupid monitor telling you to talk about something stupid. I want to see strong Black men supporting and loving their wives, cheering their households on. Being the real man, not these sassy sapsuckers we got displaying masculinity. I wouldn't want none of my boys to pick up on none of this stuff. I would not want my boys to replicate any of this. Sure don't. Perpetuating a cycle that all men cheat. Perpetuating a cycle that no man could be faithful and love one woman. Perpetuating a cycle that women are weak and don't have the ability to make good decisions. It's wild. Hey, Mo. What's wrong? Why are we continuing to perpetuate a cycle that's dysfunctional? Yes, a monitor. So, and when I say a monitor, y'all, it's just their phone. They have this script app on their phone and they'll flip it up when you are in the middle of recording a scene and they'll tell you what to talk about. So that's why I say it's manufactured reality, because it's not necessarily scripted, but we are being guided in what to discuss. And people can choose to either move forward with it or not. So you have a producer that will sit there and say, hey, talk about this. Hey, bring up that. Hey, ask Winter about this. You said we have to watch the Black men mishandling Black women on TV, then come to YouTube and hear people like the Kitten in Heels. May he, not the Kitten in Heels. Yes, may he eternally rest in peace. My God. It's just wild. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm being traumatized second by second. I'm being traumatized minute by minute. It makes no sense at all. Why should I have to sit here and be subjected to nonsense? This is not what I signed up for. No, it's nothing. Scorpio Miz, I agree. There's nothing uplifting or inspiring. Watching men disrespect their wives, watching couples cheating on their spouses, accusing couples of this, that, and the third. Now, I'm going to be honest. Some of it's true. Some of it's true. Hey, Sean. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that every man, every Black man you interviewed was like that. You just picked the thirstiest ones you could find. That's what it sounds like to me. Perpetuating the cycle. Come on now, get a clue that women of all cultural backgrounds can't get along without a man to referee. My God, on today. My God, on today. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And it's wild. And my thing is, let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with a man being on reality TV. There's not. I know plenty of men in reality TV that do it very well, but it's a lot of them that do it very raggedy. They do it very raggedy. Yep, trying to make dysfunction glamorous, which is a problem. And I'm not bothered. This is not a matter of exposing. It's really what it is. And it's not talked about enough. I'm going to be honest. I believe people will continue to expose it because as people get more and more disconnected from reality TV stars will start to speak up. A lot of times you don't see people speaking up until they're done because there's consequences if you're not done. And yes, it is essentially like selling your souls for some pennies. I, come on now, what's my phrase now? Pimping for pennies. And some people will do it willingly. Some people will do it without cause. Some people just like to be seen, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You said whenever you see a group of men on reality TV, they band together, but the women are pitted against each other. Hey, Charnel, and we fall for the okie doke every time. And that be the thing for me. That be the thing for me. Why? Why is that? Why are women used as bait against each other, but men get the freedom? Fuss, fight, shake hands. Next, they watching a game together again. Why is that? I believe that they're communicating something to us. Wouldn't you say? They're trying to share something. They're trying to spread a message. You can't sit here and say it's Black excellence. I ain't seen the excellence yet. What's excellent about it? What's excellent about it? I'm curious. Y'all see the excellence? Please help me. Maybe my contacts ain't. I need new contacts, but I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it at all. Hey, T-Talk. You said, hey, what a revelation with Monique. You ever think about you ladies doing a class action lawsuit? I think there's a lot still being fleshed out, T-Talk. I will be completely transparent for as much as I can share. There's a lot that I can't say in relation to that because I still am in communication with my attorneys. I can't speak to anyone else's experience. That's what I will say. I can only speak to mine. That's a great question. It reminds me of a lot of the situations you see with Bravo. And I think every single cast member that feels that they may have a grievance or a case should absolutely seek legal counsel and see what your options are. Because I think at a certain point, we have to be realistic that some of this stuff is just simply not okay. Okay. And I think that's the part that I want people to separate. I want people to separate your like for a person versus the experience that someone may be having. Two things can be absolutely true at once. This is not about attacking a person, more so an experience that should not have been allowed to take place. If we talk about workplace equity, if we talk about workplace health, if we talk about workplace do's and don'ts, that's what it's about. And Brown Sugar, I hope I'm answering your question. I think that is going to vary for everyone. It depends on what you discover are your options with your attorney. And it's true, Brown Sugar, in your comment you just made, everyone's not going to have a lawsuit. The reality is that we sign up to be on a show. We don't know what is or is not allowed, or not allowed. We don't always know what will or will not occur. However, no one signs up for abuse. That's essentially like saying because Cassie was willingly Diddy's girlfriend that she deserved to get knocked up against the wall. I'm pretty sure that when she said yes to dating him, she didn't think she would end up knocked upside her head. But I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of language put in our contracts to try to guard against lawsuits of a sort. My thing is, if it wasn't a possibility of that happening, why would you have to put that language in a contract? I'm not putting language in a contract that I don't need. If I don't believe that my entity has any sort of abusive nature to it, I'm not going to include that language in my contract. Do you guys understand? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. So I hope I'm explaining it the best way I can. I'm not an attorney. I have one, but I'm not one. It's no different than a content creator recapping a show, but then they move into defamation. You're not protected by certain laws when you move into the realm of defamation. Okay? There's no way. This is how Tasha K got sued. Certain things the law doesn't protect you. When it comes to things like this, where you're under a contract that has a broad brush and it covers so many things and efforts to protect itself because it's a legal entity as well. You guys know that I do business consulting. A part of that is understanding the protections, and you consult with a business attorney. So when they're creating these contracts, they put certain language in there to guard themselves against the what ifs. So maybe it's not necessarily their intent, right? It was not their intent, but it happened. It may happen. So because they can't guarantee, they cover it. They cover it to an efforts cover their butt. However, y'all, do y'all know how many contract clauses are debunkable in court? There are full-blown Loctite wills and prenuptial agreements that are debunked in court and overturned all the time. This is why people have attorneys. So to say because I signed this, then I have no recourse, that's not necessarily true. You said for every law that's pro, there's 5 that's going against the pro. Come on now, poetic justice, you preaching. So I'm telling you, everyone has to seek out their own legal counsel, legal advice, and see what your options may or may not be. Somebody could go to an attorney and they could say, hey, after reviewing your contract and reviewing the laws in your state, you have no legal recourse. And you know what it is? What it is. It's bought sense. Lesson learned. I will never sign another reality TV contract like that again. I swear on everything I love. Never. I will never. Because I'm telling y'all, if y'all saw the language, you would be blown. But I absolutely agree, Toot Latrice. It literally boils down to ethical and moral codes of conduct, yes, at a minimum. And unfortunately, in this genre of media, there's very little. Because the drama thrives off of the foolery. If it were any other circumstance, I highly doubt Kenya Moore would have reacted the way she did or did what she did. But in reality TV, there is a low moral standard. You don't go that low in a corporate setting. But in reality TV, anything goes. Just like in reality TV, you wouldn't necessarily have to put up with a man calling you out your name, getting in your face, trying to fight you. Reality TV, it's allowed, which is crazy. I shouldn't be feeling threatened for my life. Why does a man have to be told to stand down against a woman? Think about that. And if you have to be told to stand down because the cameras are on, you're a holy terror in real person, in real life. I know you are. Because most men have all of them that have been taught from the time they were little, respect a woman or how to treat a woman, or you don't hit a woman. Most men, that's common. But for these sapsuckers that get on reality TV and act a goddamn fool towards a woman, I promise you they are worse in person. They are worse in person. I promise you they are. Jess, I'm friends with the Silvas in real life. You said I have a bunch of Omegas in my family. Oh, goodness. You said all women have to take a stand against any violence perpetrated against girls and women. This needs to happen globally. Yeah, but for some people, y'all be very clear. No, Jess, I'm not. Let's be very clear. Some of these people won't take a stand because it will violate their check. No different than some people who won't take a stand politically because it'll violate their check. Now, I believe in a separation of church and state. I believe people have the right to vote for who they vote for. But let's be clear. In some instances, being silent is being complicit. And I believe this is one of those instances. Being silent is a level of you're complying. You're saying it's okay. Let's see how many people call Monique a lie. Bet you won't hear it. People might not like what she said. They won't call her a liar. Some of the main people that was calling me a liar, I bet you they won't release no statements calling her a liar. And that lets you know where the loyalties lie. The loyalties lie with that measly check. Tiara, in some cases, yes. In some cases, no. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about now because I'm not filming anymore. But when I was filming, there's certain things we couldn't talk about. But now the show is ran its course, baby, I can say whatever I want. Now, when it comes to that contract I'm under, I have there's a window. You said, Sunny said, because she wouldn't go against male, she was dismissed. I would be interested to see what she what was that about? Jinsky, I have no idea. The show is manufactured. Fake? Sure, some people would call it fake. But it's manufactured reality, meaning there is a level of fake. Okay. I don't think that he has it out for her. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. From what I heard, they were very close at one point. And I don't want to get flagged, so y'all gonna have to do y'all best to roll with me and read between the lines, please. Okay? Read between the lines as I'm explaining this. From what I understood, at one point they were really close, and I'm talking about the head star of Love and Marriage Huntsville and head of the entity. They were very close. That was always my understanding. I never knew there to be an issue. And as far as I know, for the most part, they are good. I don't think that he has it out for her. I think there's an issue because her fan base outgrew. I'm telling y'all, at the core of this, now I'm gonna tell you why they tagged them millimeters. Because y'all is messing with y'all support of her is messing with the ability for them to manipulate the storylines like they like to do. Y'all are not going for it. I think that's the issue. So if you don't, I believe in their mind, if they don't figure out a way to level the playing field, there's no way they can. Problem being, you waited a little long to do that, and you're not going to water down her fan base. It's too strong. This would be like somebody trying to man down the Barbs or man down the Bayhive. Y'all can hate Beyonce and Nicki Minaj all y'all want to. Baby, they fan base is strong. She would have to personally do something to ruin it. But outside people aren't going to do that. You waited too long. You waited too long. If people think that they're going to, child, good luck. Good luck. It's not going to happen. You waited too long. It grew too big. It grew too big. That's not okay. This right here, let me address this right here. Rose, that's not true. I really wish that I could get this audience viewership to do an experiment with me. I really wish we could all be on one accord. I really wish we could. Do me one doggone favor. I wish all of y'all could put y'all differences aside. Any millimeters, I really wish all of y'all could collectively agree to not view one episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I really wish y'all would. Everybody just say this particular show on this particular night. Don't Patreon it. Don't view it. Don't save it. Don't DVR it. Don't do nothing. Everybody that considers themselves a millimeter. And I want to see the ratings after that is done. That in and of itself will tell you that that is not true. Her fan base makes up a majority of this fan base. I'm telling you now. And I'm not a millimeter. I have told y'all that. Because I come from the backside. I'm not anti-male. I'm not anti-anybody. I'm pro-women, period. I'm not a millimeter, but I'm challenging. If people love to say the millimeters have no power, this is not touting a group over another, but they make up a large part of this fan base. And that in and of itself will prove that that is not true. If they collectively got on one accord and say, y'all, we not watching, I would be willing to bet money the numbers would be way worse than they are now. Way worse. The problem is that millimeters are actually loyal viewers, which is why you can't target them like that. And some of them will still watch even when they don't want to, because they really want to support at the end of the day. This is why you have so many content creators say, hey, y'all come watch it with me on Patreon. Because a lot of y'all still really want to watch it. But if they collectively could get on one accord and say, you know what, like them fast. Because a lot of y'all be faster with male. If y'all could all get on one accord and say less, you don't need us to watch it. Say less. Baby, we all gonna show you what the situation is. I bet you them numbers would drop. You can't say people don't have no power when your numbers are impacted when they get on one accord. That's my theory. Don't make it law. It's no different than the momentum that you see the anti-male train has gained. You know why? Because a lot of people are getting on that train and saying, we don't like male. We don't rock with male. Do y'all see how that train has gained momentum? Because it's people on one accord about one thing. So it's stronger than people want to give it credit for. Jess, child, go back and look at my former videos. I explain it. He's no longer with us. And I mean, you know. Child. No. J12, aka no, everybody did not black out. Some people blacked out. Everybody that identifies as a millimeter did not black out. That's why they had the numbers they had, because I believe that everybody blacked out will be even lower. So you can't say that you don't need them, please. They're hard. They're most of the fan base. And I think at large, if she was on a different show, honestly, I do think that a lot of the viewership would still decrease. And the only reason a lot of people still watch because they believe that if they don't watch, they're taking money out of her pocket. That's why. But like I said, y'all have seen strength in numbers. Y'all have seen people anti-male, pro-male. Because I'm going to be honest, the anti-male train has gotten stronger and stronger every season. But I also believe that contributes to the lack of people watching too. Y'all, what do I know? I'm just giving my thoughts and opinions, issuing some theories. But I just don't think you can say you don't need people to watch. That's counterproductive. Butterfly, you can think what you want, sweetie. There would be only one way to tell that. And I just don't think you can get everybody on the same page. I'm not bothered, said I'm not a millimeter, but I'm a full supporter of Mel. I love her and still blacked out. She didn't even support the show this season. She said, I refuse to watch anything. I don't care who's on it. Hilarious. I think there's a lot of those people too. I think a lot of people have just boycotted the entire situation, all franchises included. I think there's a lot of that. I think there's a lot of that. Hey, Scooter Hop. See, Celeb Talk, thank you for being honest. She said, I didn't black out. A lot of people didn't black out. You ain't by yourself. I think some people that said they blacked out, baby, is still watching. Because everybody ain't being honest. Thank you so much for the gift, Scooter Hob. I appreciate you. Let's be clear. Somebody lying. Somebody is lying. Everybody ain't telling the truth. I want to pause here and say thank you to the ladies who scanned the code last night. I want to shout out the one person that has scanned the code. There are several things going on as far as consulting, professional services, personal development tools. But I definitely look forward to working with you guys who move forwards. A couple of you brought courses. So I just want to say thank you for supporting, and also thank you for signing up to invest in yourself. You said, and that's a part of the problem, they think they're controlling things. Butterfly, what I will say is that every group is going to have toxicity. Nobody's perfect. I would say there's something wrong with some of the people who are pro-male, just like there's something wrong with some of the people who are anti-male. A lot of the hate that I get on my YouTube channel is from people that are anti-male. So I'm going to be honest. For as much as people love to say some of the millimeters are so toxic, some of y'all anti-millimeters are very toxic as well. Very toxic. Because my thing is, you don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. But you also don't have to attack me either. And that's what I'm seeing. The minute I say something that is what is perceived as pro-male, y'all go crazy in the comments. Leaving crazy stuff. You don't know me, Willis. So I think the issue is both sides can stand to do a little cleanup. Seriously. You said the ratings are good enough for the show to get renewed, but what piece of a show are we going to get? I think all these shows are getting renewed. I think y'all will get Love and Marriage Detroit again. I think y'all, I mean, obviously there was an announcement that Love and Marriage DC is coming back in 2025 with a renewed, revamped cast. I don't know anything about Love and Marriage Houston. Not Love and Marriage Houston, but Family Empire Houston. Obviously, Bell Collective is back. I don't think ratings got to be very high. I don't think the standard is high over there. You said, Monique, you said, I think both sides have opinions and attack one another. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's toxicity, anti-male, pro-male, all of it has it. But to group everybody in, I'm not going to punish a group for the actions of a few. It's some real wackadoodles that are pro-male and anti-male. But I'm not going to group everybody that's anti-male isn't a wackadoodle. Some of y'all have some valid points with the way you feel. Just like people who are pro-male have some valid points with the way they feel. All y'all not wackadoodles, but some of y'all are. You said it's crazy to take any reality star that serious. Get a clue says she don't watch it. She get, yeah, and let me tell you, I said this, the CCs are the real MVP. They really are the real MVP. You said, I know your friends who work for Lowe's and I still... You're entitled to your opinion, Aunt Natty. Because Love and Marriage Huntsville is a moneymaker. You know what I want? The obvious.
Where's the card at?
In my purse. It's the two things and a Coke. Hey, Daphne. Oh, goodness. You said I stopped. Hold on. I stopped blowing. Oh, you stopped blacking out because the CC started fighting and I got tired of it. I don't know what all this fighting is about, but I'm going to need y'all to pull it together. I don't want the CCs fighting. You said, I think the fans' addiction and love for the show prevents them from executing a boycott. They can't let the show or the content go, in my opinion. Oh, thank you so much, Nita. I appreciate that. Thank you, Queen Debbie. I don't know, but hey, Brittany. I think y'all quit listening to me. Don't be calling people hollow heads. Help me, Father. You said I stopped watching Love and Marriage Huntsville after season 2. I've never seen men like the men on that cast. They're too goofy for me. You said we got 2 male haters on the chat. Linda, you know how we roll in here. Feel free. CDW 2025. I'm not on the show, so I can't speak to particulars. None's purpose. A lot of people feel that way. Any suggestions? I have a lot. Natalie says she tape a lot of them she don't watch. Sweet Jesus. Are you serious? I don't be watching all the stuff that's on my DVR either, truth be told. Another issue that has not been thoroughly addressed is the colorism on these shows. So often we hear the stories of dark-skinned Black women. Yet what about the hate in the opposite direction? Child. I'm gonna be honest, because let's think about it. Bell Collective actually has leading chocolate skinned women, full figured women. Okay. So I don't want to say it's necessarily colorism. Not with this particular franchise. No, I don't, Miss Sash. I don't. Not since season 1. I don't know that it's colorism, because obviously Kimmy's fair skin. I mean, Monique wasn't dark. Who else? We have Latrice, who her counterparts have the same chocolate skin that she does. Yes, I do, Brittany. A couple of them are friends, and I'm cool with a couple other ones too. A few of them are friends, actually. And I do mean social friends. I don't know. We don't be at each other's houses. Let me clarify. So I don't know that I would say colorism is an issue. Thank you to person number 2 for scanning the QR code. I need a celebration thing for when people scan the QR code. If you're in, somebody just text me. I'm so sorry. Yes, I will pin the link to register on TikTok is at the top of this live. It's pinned. So I don't think colorism is necessarily the issues with this. I think the toxicity is the issue, and things not being checked a lot sooner. And let's be clear. Let's talk about something else. Cause see, I think I talked about this when I interviewed with Queen Sheba. Monique also mentioned, these are her words, not mine, the lack of professionalism in this organization. She mentioned that's them her words, not mine. Now, for people that was on their live gaslighting the audience, and the people that love them talking about some Winters out here bad mouthing the company, we'll see if you go live and say Monique is bad mouthing the company. We probably know that's not going to be true, because butt kissing happens in multi directions. But Monique told the truth. This goes back to, and her experience is her experience. It's not going to be everybody's truth. But we all know the conversations that were had behind closed doors because we weren't getting them paychecks on time. We all know this. We all know the things we had to deal with behind the scene. She wasn't lying. That is one of the things I'm telling y'all emphatically was the absolute truth. I definitely say it could stand to be better. But my thing is, what's the issue with former employees being honest about their experience in a way that you can actually look at it and say, you know what? I hate that that was their experience. Yes, we are a growing company and we're working to be better. That is absolutely something we can be better in, and we are going to correct it. Like, seriously. Brittany, it depends on the parameters of that. Celeb Talk, you said you're not a wackadoodle. Tennessee girl, what do you want me to elaborate on? My thing is, I think some people are just shocked that people don't like them like that. My thing is, if you really want to have a grievance with the people that edit you to be unlikable. Because let me be clear, some of these people y'all would absolutely like in real life. The problem is that how they're edited makes you dislike them. Do y'all know how many people hated me season 1? Only for a lot of people to meet me in person or come and watch me do a live and be like, I like her. But I'm just honest enough to say, listen, the way I was edited was not right, was unfair. I was singled out. I was literally targeted because they needed a scapegoat. They didn't have a villain, and nobody else wanted to be the villain. Which is what's wild to me when certain people want to say, oh, you know, she's clout chasing. She's clout chasing. I'm sorry. I'm not clout chasing on the back of having my reputation destroyed because people need a villain for their stupid little reality TV show. I can think of better things to clout chase on. Just being real about it. If I want to clout chase, baby, I mean, literally. If I just want to dip a low, spread it wide, and be pull a Mia, baby, I would just lay on my back for a professional athlete. At least I'll get my bills paid and some real clout. Sorry, not sorry. What clout did I get? Seriously. People accusing me of doing things I didn't do. Just seriously, what was the clout? What was the reason? Seriously, what was the reason? Because what clout was I trying to get? Y'all, seriously. That's just crazy to me. Shout out to number 3 for scanning the code. That's just crazy to me. Like, y'all, it don't make money. It don't make sense in my mind. So I'm telling you now, clout need to come with some money. And there is no, this clout from LAMDC ain't turned into no dollars yet. I would say the only good thing it gave me was an experience I could talk about on YouTube. Then now that make me some money. So I guess if that counts, sure. But what clout? Oh gosh. Scorpio Miz, I literally watched CC who claims that they are for Wanda, prank caller several times on their YouTube channel. So I'm going to need proof as millimeters. So get a clue. This be the point that I'm saying. Honestly, this be the whole point. How do you know it's definitely a millimeter? We like to accuse folks, but we don't have definite proof. And y'all know how I feel about being falsely accused, because God knows. Celeb Talk, I need more mods, child. Because some of them get on my nerves. Listen, Pam, if people say they don't review Love and Marriage Huntsville because it's a good genre to review because it does make money, then they're not telling the truth. Because honestly, a lot of people make money off of reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. You said some people are really not smart by saying it's millimeters is calling. You can't sing. Child. Y'all having a whole separate discussion in the chat. I can't even keep up. You said there still seems to be a moment of truth this season regarding production of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Bells, and DC. The optics were awful in your experience and Monique's. Yeah, I mean, I think people are just being honest. And I think people should be allowed to. People should be allowed to speak their experience. Shout out to scan number 4. Thank you, Linda. And Linda, if you see any foolishness in the chat, baby, you got full permission to block and put in timeout because I don't have time. And I'm of the belief that people have a right to their opinion. So I don't mind people having differences of opinion. It's when people get nasty. Like, don't be nasty. So my thing is, if you have an opinion, have an opinion. But just be respectful. You said, not Jesus take the wheel. Listen, this, Lord, order in the chat. Order in the chat, saints. Order in the chat, please. Oh, gosh. You said I have no, yeah, it's her truth. I'm not here to dissect and pick apart everything she said. Her truth is her truth. Just like my truth was my truth. Baby, take it up with Jesus is how I feel. Take it up with Jesus. You said elaborate on the CCs being the MVP. So reality TV thrives off an ecosystem. Production, cast, what the output is on TV, the viewers. The CCs are in the ecosystem of reality TV because they also kind of serve like sportcasters or interviewers for a sports team or a sports environment. So what feeds the media of sports is newscasters discussing or talking about plays from Sunday, a player from a game. Excuse me, that drives the ecosystem of sports. CCs drive the ecosystem of reality TV. They discuss, they talk to viewers, they give their opinions, they have cast members on, they interview them. That is a part of reality TV. It is absolutely needed because there are some people who may never watch the show if it's not for their favorite CC reviewing the show. It's no different than an influencer giving you a product or putting you on with a certain product. Some of y'all would never buy certain things if you don't see your favorite influencer advertising it. Much like what I'm doing. Most of y'all will never know that I do consulting, that I can help you with starting your business or writing your book if I don't advertise it. And some of y'all will be like, oh, I didn't know that Winter did X, Y, and Z. Let me go ahead and peep game. Let me see what she has to offer. That's what CCs do for reality TV. Some of y'all would never watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Some of y'all will never know about A Family Empire Houston. I mean, God bless the three of y'all that was recapping it. It wasn't that many, but still, some of y'all would never know if a CC wasn't recapping. CCs at large, I'm going to tell you what happened, because this happened with Love and Marriage DC, and I tried to break this down in a previous video months and months ago. But essentially what happened is, like Monique says, she felt she was used as bait. I absolutely agree with her, because while people may say Monique was not really needed to carry on the show, and I agree with that to a degree, she wasn't. The show carried on, but you cannot deny her hook and influence that drove the numbers of Love and Marriage DC season 1. Do y'all think that we as newbies drove those numbers? Y'all didn't know us. Y'all didn't know us from a can of paint. I don't care what the storyline was and what our taglines were. Y'all didn't know us. So you have to know that a lot of the viewership came because people wanted to see what Monique was doing. Okay? When Monique was on Love and Marriage DC, I want you guys to just do a little homework. Don't take my word for it. Go do your homework. Go look at how many CCs were discussing Love and Marriage DC season 1. There was a lot. I want you to compare that to the amount of CCs that were reviewing Love and Marriage DC season 3. In fact, some CCs was like, y'all, I can't even do it. This show is boring. This show is just boring. Y'all don't think CCs drove them numbers declining? CCs reviewing it was the reason why them numbers was so high, because it got more people interested into watching the show. Hey, Sugar Shack. Hey, Tia. CCs are essential to the ecosystem, hey Yolanda, of reality TV. To disrespect or undermine their influence is some crazy work. Hey Gemini, crazy work. It just don't make good sense. I'm going to tell you what else. People that are good in reality TV, they are good at connecting to their fan base, whether they remain on reality TV or not. Seriously. You connect to your fan base. Those who are good at that excel with building their audience, and those who suck at it don't. and they suffer. They absolutely suffer. So, child, I'm gonna need more mods. If you are interested, please send me a DM on IG. You will be vetted though, because I can't have no foolishness. But please, if you're interested, Linda, I appreciate you. I'm gonna get you some help. Because I'm telling you now. Oh Lord. Help me, Lord. But I think so. I think these sectors of people are vilifying each other. It's so much infighting within this sector. I just think the show needs to go on a hiatus. Maybe if it just took a break for a while to let people die down. But I've grown weary. I have grown weary. You know how the Bible says, don't grow weary in well doing, baby. I have grown weary in well doing. Uh, Free. I am doing that now. You said she contextualizes. Hold on. Oh gosh, I want to see your comment. Lord, I'm so behind in the comments. Jesus, sweet Jesus of Nazareth. Hold on. You said one thing. Oh Lord. You said one thing I dislike most about Love and Marriage Huntsville is that the scenes seem disjointed to me. The episodes don't tell a cohesive story. In my opinion, do you think this is because of disorganized? Okay. Just, how do I say this? If y'all go back and watch one of the recaps that Ashley and I did, we kept telling y'all that the scenes was chopped up in a way that we didn't agree with because it messed with the continuity of the show, how it was airing. So I think this is the choice they make in the storyboarding. I don't always agree with it. That's the best way I can answer that. Okay. I don't want to drag them. Okay. I don't want to drag them, but I do feel like there is there is a way that the editing is done that I don't necessarily get. And sometimes I think it's counterproductive to the matter at hand. So that's a great question. That's a great question. I don't always agree with the way things are chopped up and screwed up and edited up. Now, Toot Latrice, you make a great point. Thank you, Yolanda. You make a great point as well. Now, a lot of these CCs, the community's baby is strong. And that's another thing you can't control neither. The show has spun life into a lot of these CCs and they have built strong followings themselves. This is why I don't like to see content creators going at each other. Because a lot of Love and Marriage Huntsville content creators share the same fan base. And it just extra stuff we don't need. You can leave it in the kitchen, Eric. You can leave it in the kitchen.
You don't want to see Roxy?
Aunt Natty, I want you back. I appreciate you. Child, them edits was brutal. Them edits was brutal. Tati, I don't disagree. Her interview made Urban Belle magazine. Now contextualizes. I give her props for that. Absolutely. Honestly, y'all, I respect a lot of these CCs. Baby, CC's gift is community building. They have taught me something good. I learn from other content creators, which is why I don't like to pick and choose. I don't care who nobody got a problem with. Don't bring that to me. I love who I love. End of the story. But every content creator, what I love is their individual creativity, but also how they're able to build community. That is a gift. And I'm gonna be honest, that's important to any sort of influencer, content creator. It doesn't matter. If you are trying to build an audience that believes in what you're trying to ultimately sell them, you got to be good at building community. I told y'all from the get go when people were like, oh, she's trying to steal the millimeters. I don't want the millimeters, baby. I want snowflakes. People that ride and support hands down because they like me. Here, I don't want to steal nobody fans. I don't want to steal nobody's support. Winter wants her own authentic fan base. Because guess what? If my fan base is built off of male, then that's not a stable fan base for Winter. Which, speaking of which, is the basis of what I'm saying. Which is why Love and Marriage DC suffered because the basis of our fan base was built on Monique. When Monique left, so did the bulk of our fan base. Them numbers ain't touched. What they she was on, child. And I think, well, I made a prediction with Love and Marriage Detroit, and I wasn't wrong. Hey, Ebony Eyes, you said I disagree, Winter. I didn't discover this YouTube mess until I cut my cable off a year ago. And people like my mom and sister are clueless because they just watch the show on Saturday and move on. I've been shocked by how bad the um the fighting is. Hey Dale, I've been shocked by how crazy the fighting is with Love and Marriage Huntsville, CC. But see, hey Zeta, but see, this be the thing. When you don't follow real, authentic, organic relationships and happenings, I think that's why the conversations and the scenes be disjointed. I tried to tell y'all this is why we were disjointed. Our whole cast was disjointed. How in the world do you present cohesive material when your cast is disjointed and you're not doing anything to fix the disjointedness? Then by the time you do it, it's fake. And everybody just want to be on TV. So they'll do whatever it takes to be on TV. That's silly. It's not authentic. It's not authentic. Was that edited out? See, that's why I didn't want to do the podcast because I knew it was going to be edited and chopped and screwed. Hey, somebody's mama. Can we all just get along? Anybody that's on YouTube is on YouTube to make money. Let's be clear. And I rock with it. We all should be on here making money. Hey, Tisha. Welcome. Scorpio Miz, I wish we had one. Child, I think it was just a lot of people mad that I was agreeing with some stuff. I don't know, child. I got it. Tiffany, I think he has favorites. That's what I think. I think the long drawn out talk about, certain people are, you know, an indication of a favorite. But I also think that that favoritism allows for bad behavior to go unchecked. And I stand on that. It's no different than a parent not being able to properly discipline their child because they love them so much. Just because you love your child doesn't mean they can't do no wrong. Sometimes they're wrong and you need to check them. Don't matter how much you love them. If you love them, you actually will check. You will check them. Seriously. But y'all, I don't know what's to become. Like I said last night, I don't know what's to become of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't know what's to come of this um these franchises. I don't know. I don't know the future of a lot of this stuff because I think this fan base is very broken. I do. I think this fan base is very broken. I think this fan base is very divided. I think this fan base is tired. Some of the fan base is toxic. And I think when you have that mixture, hey, Millichan, I think when you have that mixture, that's very hard to repair. I think that's very hard to repair. Tennessee girl, I don't know where they stand today. I really don't. I don't know where they stand today, but I do feel like at a certain point, you either got to press pause or bid adieu. You said you think there should be clauses in place that upholds the authenticity of editing and reality TV. Where's the balanced storytelling? Now, ninjas being authentic would mean they would have to let y'all in on their raggedy living and how broke some of them really are. Can't have that. And a supposed black excellence that's supposed to be touting people that got money. Can't be all that honest and authentic. Oh, hey, Shay Renee. So can't be too real. Beauty by Deja, I don't know what it will take to fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Jesus. Only Jesus can fix it. Because I don't know. I don't know what's going to fix it. I could tell you. Excuse me. Pardon my yawn. Child. Y'all better Reach out your hands. Reach out your hands. Reach out your hands. Stretch out your hands. Pray for this body of fans. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how some of y'all do it. I don't. I don't know how some of y'all do it. I don't know that I could. You said Jesus has bigger fish to fry. No, somebody's mama. Now Jesus might be able to fix it. I don't want to put it beyond his pay grade. You said love and marriage, Huntsville can't be repaired. It's too much underlying hatred within the cast. Child. This is the thing. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be fake. Thank you, number 5, for scanning the code. Look forward to working with you. You said CK has spoke 3 times, saying the same thing different ways, which people open up ears and stop. He knows who he's doing and where. Warning comes before destruction. Not the word, child. You said reality is more busted and ratchet than people. The more people will. Hey, Mahogany Meeks. Now, come on now. You talking. The more raggedy and distasteful you can be, the better the hype you get. You said, "I work in construction. It doesn't take 7 years to build a house on a mountain in the woods or in the middle of child." Not block. You said, "It would be good to explore the idea of women getting along, supporting each other, and not be pushed." But see, let people tell it. Y'all don't wanna see that. Y'all say it's boring. Captain Venus. Now that's funny. Now that's what now Imma do a little now do y'all feel like, um do y'all feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville could be recasted? Would y'all still work? Would y'all not work? Would y'all still watch if it's recasted? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I really don't know. Um, I don't know that y'all would still watch if they recast it. Hey, Miss Peaches. I don't know. I don't feel like y'all will watch. I feel like the ratings would be even worse. Because I feel like for as much as y'all would say, "Okay, I wanna see what it's about," I think some of y'all are too invested in the originals. I think this is why Love and Marriage DC fan base suffers so bad. Thank you, Miss Peaches. I appreciate you. Miss Lisa, I want to address the comment you made. Just because somebody gave you an opportunity, that does not mean you have to be subject to the negative that comes with it. I don't owe these people my firstborn child. And two things can be true at once. I can be grateful for the opportunity and still call out BS. I have nothing against him. I have nothing against production. I have nothing against editing personally. What I am saying is my experience was way less than stellar. And not to say that it had to be stellar. Um, but honestly, when I don't have control over how I am depicted, if I don't get an opportunity to look and determine my editing, then yeah. If I don't get an opportunity to tell you, hey, don't chop that up and put that there. I said that here. You know I said that here. That's the other thing people don't realize. Reality TV editing can actually chop what you said and put it where you didn't mean to, where you didn't say it. So if I said, y'all, my nails are so ugly, or if I'm looking at my nails and I say, that's so ugly, and they take that little phrase, that's so ugly, and put me saying it as if I'm looking at another cast member, saying to them, that's so ugly, y'all don't know that they took that from me looking at my fingernails. Y'all would say, oh, Winter, that was nasty. Why you say that was so ugly? Why you say her business idea was so ugly? Because that's what y'all think as fans. So you mean to tell me that's my fault? That now fans believe that I said something nasty to somebody when I'm saying, no, y'all, I was talking about my nails. But because we can't pull the footage and prove to y'all that that's what actually happened, y'all take us to task for something that didn't actually take place. That's all I'm saying. I'm allowed to speak out against something like that. I'm allowed to say, hey, cool, I signed up for it, but I'm not okay with having my name defamed. I'm not okay with having my character defamed and being accused of things that I didn't do when I can prove that I didn't do it. And you can't prove that I did. I absolutely entitled to go to my bosses and say, hey, I'm in a sensitive state. I need you to tell my coworker to stand down. I've told y'all what the situation was. You didn't think that I deserve to have that protection and say, hey, she's in a sensitive state as a woman. I think I did what was right by leaving. Tiffany left because she was in postpartum. For her own postpartum, she was going through postpartum depression, so she got herself off of there. I got myself off of there because let me just tell you, it wasn't okay. I didn't like being falsely accused of something I didn't do. Furthermore, I was in a sensitive state as a woman. So when I go to my bosses, and I absolutely went to my bosses and said, hey, I need you to intervene. This is out of hand. So don't tell me about, don't tell me about an opportunity, and because I got an opportunity, I can't speak up. So you mean to tell me because your job gave you a job, you shouldn't be allowed to grieve if you lose someone? It's just crazy. I think people should be allowed to express themselves, freedom of speech. If people don't like it, stick your fingers in your ears or don't listen. But too many things are left unchecked. And a lot of times people suffer and things continue because people stay silent. And Phyllis, you preaching. You preaching. You got to understand that some people are bound by massa. If I give you an opportunity, you owe me your kidney. Yep. Slavery trauma. Crazy. Tiara, I think that's an excellent question. You said, being fair, if you sign a contract knowing your likeness can't be played with, who do you hold accountable? Or is it that a lot of reality TV stars hate the backlash from fans? I think it's a mixture of both. I think reality TV stars need to do a better job of understanding and reading their contracts and not signing them until they've had an attorney go over with them what they're signing. But I also do think there's a level of fan backlash that is a lot. And you can't anticipate how much or how little that backlash will be. The issue I have with it is that a lot of times that backlash is off the back of lies, right? And so I think a lot of reality I don't know what that is, Lisa. You got to explain. Um, so I think a lot of reality stars speak out because it's one thing to be targeted for something you actually did or something that actually happened. It's another thing to be targeted by fans because that's how it was edited to be. So I think it's a combination of both. And let's be clear, I did not like the issues that I had season 1. I came back because I was told that I would have an opportunity to focus on my business, promote my business, and right that ship because it was totally backwards. I believe in large, I was able to do that. And I've said this. I said that on Queen Sheba. In large, I was able to do that. However, that did not make some of the things that were allowed okay. And that did not make some of the things that happened business-wise okay. It's just the truth. And when I said, hey, I'm done, I left. I didn't continue to go back. Now, Miss Liz, I saw your question, Miss Lisa. So I could be in the space because I've been in therapy, baby. I'm good. And I like reality TV education, which is what I call it. I like educating the fans on what they're watching. I rather enjoy discussing it. So I discuss it because I'm fine. It doesn't mean what happened to me is okay. That's like somebody being healed enough to talk about experiencing sexual assault. Are they not allowed to talk about their sexual assault because they're healed and they've moved on? Or can they absolutely speak to it? They can. Now, I will say if you don't like me speaking to it, then don't come to my live. Because that's on you, not me. You said, I believe one of the biggest disappointments of Love and Marriage Huntsville was seeing the comeback group fall apart. I was so ready to see how 47 Acres would be developed. Now, that would have been great. And I think that would have been an amazing storyline for everyone to see. You said some cast members swore to protect each other's real reality, but the pact imploded. These pacts are out of hands. Shout out to I didn't shout out 6, 7, 8, and 9 for scanning the code. He said, I see both sides from cast and production. I just feel like things should be fair. I don't think it's okay to perpetuate lies. I agree. I agree. Miss KH82, I don't know. I can't answer that. I think there's a contract in place, Love and Beauty. I think there's a contract in place. That's my honest assessment. All right, guys. Shout out to number 10 and 11 for scanning the code. I will put this up here. We are filling up the slots for consulting services, whether you are looking to write a book, start a business, get into GovCon, and that means government contracting. Whether you're looking to be a coach and start offering your own services to women, this is the opportunity. You get to work with me one-on-one. I'm excited. A number of you have signed up and booked your session. I look forward to working with you. Some of you have booked your session as early as next week, so I'll be working with some of you. I'm so excited. As early as next week. There are payment plans available. So for those that need either half the time or the full time, you do have the opportunity to use Afterpay, or there are payment plans available for longer programs, whether or not you want to work with me for 30 days or 12 weeks. I had a young lady that said she needed all the support she could get. So she actually signed up for the 12-week program. Shout out to number 12 for scanning the code. If you have any transactional issues, be sure to reach out to my support team. She will help you walk through it. But for those that are signing up for your sessions, be sure to book. I would love to get you in before the holidays. You have up until 120 days to book your actual session with me. But a lot of you are going ahead and scheduling your appointment. And I prefer that, like I said, before the holidays hit, so we can go ahead and get your plan in place so you can prep before the new year starts. But this has been a great discussion. I only had to block one person, and I believe I only actually I would have kept the little baby in the live, but I honestly think it was one of the ops being pissy, and I ain't gonna say who I think it is, but it seems like somebody who is defending the other side, which you don't need to defend. My thoughts are my thoughts. But anywho, oh, thank you so much, Tiara. I appreciate that. I am definitely expanding and growing. I've been getting into GovCon, which has been really, really fun for me, but it's been a lot of work. And one of the things I've learned with government contracting is that it's not as easy as people make it out to be. And a lot of people want to get into the space, but I'm telling you, go ahead and book a session so we can get into the real, because it's a lot that people don't tell you. And I wish they had told me. I have been working in this space for 6 freaking months. And when I tell you, it has not been easy, and not in the sense of like it's just so difficult. It's just a lot of nuances that people don't tell you, and you need to know if you're going to get into the government contracting space. You have to know it. And if you don't, you're wasting time. Thank you, Toot Latrice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know I don't have to explain why I blocked these, but you know, and they not, but some people just want to come on here and argue, but I'm telling y'all, I think it'd be people using fake pages. That's what I think. Trying to get their point across, and I don't care. My point is, my thought is my thought. My point is my point. And I say, if you feel a way, go on your channel and talk about it. But all that to say, also too, I meet a lot of women who want to get into consulting and doing their own courses and coaching, and they don't know how to get started. I actually, to faith-based people, if you're a woman that's wanting to start your own course, I have a pre-made course you can absolutely download and make it your own, but the format is actually laid out for a year. So a lot of people are like, I don't even know where to begin if I want to do my own course. This actually does all the work, and you just plug and play. So literally, that's really what I do. I just help. There are some women, like I said, that just want to talk for 45 minutes and get some wisdom on different various issues. I do that too. Some women need prayer support. We pray. We come up with plans. We come up with plans of action. It's great. I love it. This is what I wish they would have focused on. Y'all was working on so many things, and I just feel like, y'all didn't get the nuts and bolts. So now I feel like, the time that I would have had to be on the show and promote some of the things I was about, it got cut, or they didn't discuss it. Or honestly, I was working on a pilot program with Covenant House, which is a nonprofit here, and Covenant House wouldn't approve the language that the contract wanted them to sign for filming at their location. And so they literally was like, nope, not gonna happen. Get a clue. You can either check, go to my Grow Her Society site. You can actually like buy the pre-made course, or you can, and I can put the code up here. So if you go on this, if you scan this code, it'll take you to the site. You can buy my pre-made course, or you can book a session with me and I can help you build out your course. Create the plan for your course. So there's several options. If you do want to launch your own course, certainly use the pre-made course map, or you can book a session with me and we can map it out. Now, if I don't know how to do nothing else, baby, I can teach you how to map out a course. I have done way more than I care to admit. And I was on the board for creating courses for a large organization of about 10,000 people. So a lot of people just don't know how. It's not as hard as people think. All to say, I love you guys. I have been on here for almost 2 hours. This is probably my longest live to date. I love y'all. It's always great chatting. And I'll see you guys soon. I may come back and do a separate, completely fun chat Friday night live on TikTok, because I'm trying to get my viewership up on TikTok. So I'll probably do a Friday night live TikTok. And I don't know, just have a good time. I'm chilling tonight. It's the weekend. It's been a long week, but I do love you guys, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye. Oh, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're in the